Sterling High School. I'm Kevin Schulz, joined by Zach Ford for we think it's going to be an exciting game between the Sterling Knights and the Gateway Gators after a real good game last night against the West Deptford Eagles. And we're looking at the starting lineup defensively. I'm going to go with Smith at catcher, Miller pitching, Cowan at first, Harding at second, McGoldrick at short, Matola at third base, Baldino in left field, Casey, who had an outstanding game on the mound, in center, and Walsh in right. And this is a Sterling team, Zach, and we were talking about it a little bit before the game that last night against West Deptford probably played as good a game as they have this year. Did all the little things right, and again, Donovan Casey was just outstanding on the mound.
Yeah, normally he's been throwing real good this year. It was a big win for them. They lose that game, they're out. They lose the conference. So now that they win, they stay alive at West Deptford to try beat them out for the conference.
And going against a Gateway team that's a little bit down this year. Traditionally, they've had some real good teams. I remember back to about 6 years ago when Sterling beat them in the Group 2 South Jersey Championship. So they have a pretty good tradition. Down a little bit this year, but this is the type of game that you don't want to have sneak up on you and have it be that trap game. As you look at Andrew Miller get a strike on the first pitch.
Strike two. Good job getting ahead 0-2 in the first batter. Leadoff guy is getting him out is key here.
And that's the big key for Andrew Miller. Obviously, he throws very hard. You want to make sure he has good command here.
Line to second base, caught in the air by J.T. Harding for out number one.
So that's a good start right here for Andrew Miller, and Miller has come in at spots this year. I know he started a couple games, did very well. And again, the key is for him to have his command. And I know we were talking to coaches in the Audubon game, came in and primarily got by with fastballs in the last inning of the game, was just blowing the ball by people. But I think today they're going to have them mix things up a little bit.
Pitch number one, down for ball one.
And to start, what I like is that he's getting the fastball over, but at the knees, not getting it up, not getting
keeps
in
the ball down
zone.
And his ball has so much movement on it too. Keeping it down is key. Pitch number two, it's grounded to short in the hole. Tough play for Ryan. Gets through to left field for a base hit.
Yeah, just found an opening right there, and McGoldrick ranged to his left, but that was just a tough one to get there. So Gateway has their second hitter on.
Try and see him keep the ball down, have him roll over here for a double play.
Bring up Dan Ream, the three-hole hitter. Shortstop.
Ball one misses up and away.
Man on first, one out.
Ball in the dirt. Good block by Ryan Smith back there.
But that was a big thing we talked about last night. We talked to Ryan after the game, and one thing we were talking about was that we really like the way he gets down and blocks a lot of those balls. And you can see here with this big backstop, you played here. It's really a big thing that catchers
trouble.
have to do.
Strike one at the knees. Good spot.
Keeping the ball low.
2-1 count here.
And not to mention, if you're a pitcher, you feel more confident throwing a breaking ball a little bit down if you know your catcher, especially with somebody on, is going to block that ball and keep it in front of him.
Misses away. 3-1 count here.
Three-one count. One out here in the first inning. Man on first.
Ball four misses away. First and second here. One out with the fourth batter, Pat Dehenny.
He started to have a little bit of problem with his command pitching from the stretch right here. It was really good keeping the ball down in the windup to the first two hitters. So it'll be interesting to see how he can handle the four-hole hitter right here. Dehenny.
First pitch misses low, ball one. Looks like he's not quite following through all the way. Here we go, catch his breath a little bit.
Well, that's it. Whatever you do, you get him out on base. Pitchers do different things to gain their composure. Like you said, he walked off a little bit. Anything to get himself back into a rhythm.
Foul out of play for strike one. 1-1 count on the batter. Yeah, pitchers is big. You want to make the batters go at your tempo. You don't want the batters to determine how you throw. You want to make them wait for you, speed up when you want to speed up. So that walk around the mound seemed to help him out a little bit. Fouled out of play again for strike 2. 1-2 count here.
Going with the fastball on the outside part of the plate. Looks like it might even be tailing away a little bit. And
his
Denny's
ball
having a
was a
tough
lot
time
of
getting
movement.
around on it.
See if he can keep the ball down here. Good way to make a rollover. Rolls one up the middle. There's 1, 2, double play. 6 double play unassisted.
And that was a real good pitch. You know, they said coming into this game, in addition to the fastball that we've seen him throw time and time again, really looked good in a little bit of a not, you know, you should say a pressure situation, but bear down and did what he had to do with runners on in his first inning to get out of the jam.
Leading off for Sterling, senior left fielder Dan Baldino. Strike 1 right down the middle. Try and see if we can get some speed on the bases here early.
And Baldino was able to get on last night. Leadoff hitter got on only to have a sacrifice not work, but it was really a great play by the third baseman last night.
And it's lined down the right field line. Drops in. Dino rounds first, settles for a single. Good piece of hitting there going with the pitch that was low and away.
And, Zach, we saw that last night. I don't think I've ever seen a team go the opposite way as much as I saw last night. And you had to do it because last night the umpire was given you're calling strikes almost a foot outside. You knew the pitcher was going to be outside part of the plate. Sterling did a great job hitting it the other way, whereas West Deptford was trying to pull everything, hitting weak ground balls. And that was a big reason why Sterling came away with the win last night.
Stepping in the pitcher, Andrew Miller. Looks like we're going to try and play some small ball here early, produce some runs early for him. Took the first one in the dirt for ball 1. Goes for the sack, fouls right off the catcher's leg.
Now, this is what they tried to do last night with Baldino on. Had a bunt down the third baseline, and I'll tell you, it was unbelievable how early the third baseman was charging in, and got it, made a great play, perfect throw to second. But there was another play. It was kind of a little bit of a scary play where Mazzone was up, fake bunt, came back where he had the ability to hit it. The third baseman was only about 20 feet away. You're hoping he doesn't hit it because he would have no time to react.
Especially with Mazzone hitting.
Yeah. I always, you get nervous watching some of those softball games, how close those third basemen get in there.
Baldino's going on the pitch, and it hits him. First and second, no one out here on the hit by pitch.
Now, this is where Sterling's got to take advantage of this opportunity early on and do what they have to do here because, I mean, and I'll go back to the last time Sterling played West Deptford. They got a big win only to go against a Collingswood team and end up getting blown out 11-2 and what, again, you call the trap game. Now, I think Collingswood's a little bit better team than Gateway, but you never know. In baseball, any given day, anything can happen.
Yep. Batting third for Sterling, the junior shortstop, Ryan McGoldrick. Line in the right center gap. Looks like he got him beat. Ball falls into the gap. Here goes Baldino. And Sterling's going to take an early 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Ryan McGoldrick.
Good job by McGoldrick there. And again, came up with a big sacrifice fly. Just missed getting all of it last night at a key point in that game to center field. Got under it a little bit. And looks like he's really swinging well, as is most of this team. I mean, this is a real balanced lineup when you look at them from an offensive standpoint.
We'll bring up Donovan Casey playing center field. Takes a ball high. And takes ball 2 in the dirt. 2-0 count here for the cleanup hitter.
I'll tell you, not only is word out about Donovan Casey on the mound, but you could see the difference between the way they pitched him last night when there was nobody on, and then when they had to go to him when there was runners on base, like you see right now. They really tried to pitch around him when there was nobody on base and there was bases open.
Takes ball 3. 3-0 count here. Let's see if Hall will give him the 3-0 green light. Takes strike 1 down the middle. Good hitters count here, 3-1.
Yeah.
Lunges down, fouls, went out to the side. Make it a full count here. Good job with their pitcher coming back here, making it a battle a little bit.
Dehenny really had a good pitch there. It looked like it was a breaking ball, kept it down, and you obviously don't want to walk, but at the same time, you don't want to leave something out over the middle of the plate against a kid like Donovan Casey.
See if they send
3-2
McGoldrick here
count.
from first. Lined in the left center gap, deep. Falls into the gap. Here goes McGoldrick. They're going to send him from first. And Sterling's going to go up 3-0 on a 2-run double by Donovan Casey. Good piece of hitting there.
Yeah.
Really driving the ball to the open gap.
Very patient, made Dehenny throw him his pitch, and Dehenny left that up. And again, that's what you see happen when you leave a ball up to a kid like Donovan Casey, as you see. That's McGoldrick scoring right there. Or no, I'm sorry, here comes McGoldrick, the second one there, scoring. Have to apologize. We have a little bit of a glare here. It's not as clear as it is to you guys at home. And the thing about Donovan Casey, the one thing, he does a lot of things, obviously on the mound, great hitter, but the one thing that really stood out as a freshman, I know we did a couple games, was his ability to play center field and read fly balls. I mean, he looked like an outstanding senior who had been out there for 4 years as a freshman. And
yeah, he didn't make one error that year.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And that was a year where there were some issues here and there with the outfield, but as a freshman, he was somebody who you could really count on.
Bring up Andrew Matola, who's been swinging a hot bat lately. Takes the curveball, a little low for a called strike.
Matola hitting 400.
Oh, it's got Donovan dead at second. What a nice pickoff move. Run down. Still going. Come on, beat this. He's still going. And they got him dead. Just
didn't read the pickoff move, and we'll look at this again. And Good job making him make a lot of throws right here, going back and forth, keeping it in the middle. But, eventually, fundamentally, Gateway did what they had to do to break them down and get them out right here. One and one to count to Matola. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the first.
Well, Donovan just got took out, so.
I'm sorry, one out. Very good.
Flies one to center field, a little shallow. Center field's running in. Makes the catch for out number 2.
That's why we're here to cross-check each other, right?
Yep, I got you. Take strike 1 right down the middle. If he gets that pitch again, he's going to crush it. He's a dead fastball hitter.
And you can see Dehenny with the breaking ball wanted to get it over to the outside part of the plate. You're right. If you get something middle into Christmas zone, he can really make you pay for it.
Another breaking ball, misses just high. Brings the count to 2-1.
That was a hanging breaking ball right there. That's one you don't want that one to go to the middle part of the
those
plate.
get you in trouble. Strike 2.
Especially with that open stance, they're definitely going to try to attack the outside part of the plate.
Good spot on the 2-2 fastball, misses just outside. Brings it to full count.
Nice job by the catcher framing it, keeping it out there, just moving his wrist in.
Fights it off. Remains full here. It's a laser right to the second baseman. Bobbles it, picks it up. Mizzona almost beat it out there. Just below the knees for ball 3.
Keeping the ball down. That first inning, he was coming from the windup, was getting it right at the knees and had good location, just missing his spot by about 6 inches there below the knees.
There you go. Brings it right in for strike 1. Brings the count to 31. Right here, you just want to throw strikes, let your defense do some work.
Absolutely.
Don't
absolutely.
want to give them base runners.
There's that fastball. You talked about that fastball that tails away.
It's insane.
On that right-handed hitter.
Even just having a catch with him when he's not pitching, his ball just moves all types of ways.
I'm impressed when he had the runners on first and second that he had the confidence to go with the off-speed pitch.
Yeah.
He got the weak ground ball and got the double play to get out of that jam, or a semi-jam with first and second there with 1 out in the first inning.
You locate that off-speed early, it makes the fastball look that much more effective. Got to locate all of your pitches. Offenbacher put up a good fight here.
And that's what Coach K said. When we bring Miller in a one-inning situation for him to close it out, we're going to go with the gas, go with the fastball. But you're seeing what Coach said is going to be part of their game plan to mix in the off-speed pitch. And, that's been a key early on.
Just misses.
A little bit low. I mean, Andrew Miller's a kid, don't get me wrong, that's primarily going to go with the fastball, but, he wants to allow Miller to show the hitter something else.
Bring up the number 6 batter, Corey Rudder, second baseman.
on, kid. Just missed. Dig in here.
It's a smart play by the sophomore catcher Ryan Smith coming out to just
Calm
tell
things
him,
down.
yep, 3-run lead. Don't lose your head here. You gotta spare down a third strikes. Let him hit it. Pitching with a lead's the best feeling in the world, but when you start to lose control a little bit, it'll come back to hurt you.
There you go.
There you go.
Comes back with a strike.
Ooh. That's gotta hurt. Nails him right in the back of the arm.
And that's the thing, again, with Andrew Miller, you've got a live arm, throws very hard. But at times he's had issues with his command. And this is for time for him to bear down here, get back into a rhythm. And I think the coaches just want him to throw strikes, let the fielders make the plays in the field.
First and second here, nobody away for the Gators.
Marcus Freeze, the right fielder.
Comes in tough one off the inside of the glove. Pass ball. Runners are going to advance one. Second and third, nobody out.
And that's one of the few times, we talked earlier about how Ryan Smith can get in front of things, keep the ball out in front. One of the few times you see him lose a ball here and allow the runners to advance.
Yeah, I can imagine he's very hard to catch when the ball's down and in like that. His ball's tailing the opposite way. Your glove's moving.
Yeah, and especially a fastball.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times if something's in the dirt away, it's going to be a breaking ball. You have that extra split second. It's not coming in as hard. You have that extra split second to react and get out there.
Pop up down the first base line. Looks like Matt Cowan's getting under it. And misjudges it.
Yeah, just went over there. I don't know if there's some wind up there, but lost track of it for a little bit. Getting back to what we were saying about the catchers having to go out to the outside part of the plate and get some of the dirt. Last night, they were given the call. The umpire was calling pitches 6 inches, 8 inches outside. And I know that the West Deptford pitcher, Eastlinger, started to really lose it, throw it a half a foot outside, was getting into the dirt, and really put the catcher in a tough situation. Yeah, and there's that breaking ball he tried to go with there. Just let it get up a little bit. That's that one where you want to get that hand over top of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like he dropped his elbow down a little bit, let the ball sail on him. Full count. Lies on the first base line. Stay alive. Gateway, they're sitting there really fighting with 2 strikes here, really putting the bat on the ball, making him work a little harder than he has to.
Well, that's the big thing, when you have a young pitcher, you want him to throw pitches, foul pitches off, and that's where you can get him in a position where he's liable to make a mistake.
Really nice at bat here for number 31, Marcus Freeze. Andrew won't go away, though.
No.
Keeps bringing him right in. Let's hope he stays with this fastball. Got to challenge him.
There's that fastball that tails away. Gets a big out right there.
Yeah, it's a good battle. Big pitch there.
So with runners on second and third, Sterling up 3-0, 1 out. Here at the top of the second.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 2, Matt Sparks, batting in the 8th spot. Ball 1 in the dirt. Good block with Ryan Smith.
Oh, that's what we talk about, his ability to get to his knees and block that pitch. And say right now, Andrew Miller really wants to take care of the bottom of the lineup right here and come out of this unscathed.
Yeah, this is where you challenge him with fastballs.
A strikeout here would be huge with 1 out, and man, runners on second and third.
Line down the left field line. Going to drop in front of Baldino. 1 run's going to score. Holds the second one at third. Good piece of hitting there. RBI single on Matt Sparks brings it to a 3-1 Sterling lead.
Yeah, Miller got it out over the plate. Sparks just turned on it, hit the line drive, did what he had to do. And, Sterling getting out to the 3-0 lead. It looks like this is a Gateway team that's going to hang around, do what they have to do. First inning, they got runners on base here. They're able to get runners on base on second and third, get one in to narrow the lead to 3-1.
This is what you want. Any coach wants from the bottom of the order. Scrappy at bats, make them work, put the ball in play, and just try to manufacture some sort of run here.
Well, that's the big thing about the Sterling lineup. You have balance from the bottom to the
1 through 9 can all put the ball in play.
can all put the ball in play. I mean, looking back to last year, I think, and yet some of these guys who are a little bit younger, but that's what they were able to do last night was what they weren't able to do in that Buna game, the game they lost. I believe the semifinal game in Group 2.
Good job coming right back here. 0-2 count here.
Two real nice pitches there by Andrew Miller. 0-2.
Big strikeout here. You don't want him to put it in play. Anything to the right side will score another run. Good spot. Strikes him out on 3 pitches. For out number 2, that'll bring up the leadoff batter for Gateway, Matt Spissel.
Big one. That is a big.
That's a huge out.
A big out right there, and very impressive the way after Gateway got the hit, scored the run, kept his composure, came up with 3 really nice pitches, and to close it off with one right at the knees, keeping it down.
Ball 1, misses low.
Spissel, the leadoff hitter.
Comes right back. And he's consistent. When he misses, he's missing consistently low.
Yeah.
And he's making the adjustments, and now he's hitting strikes right at the knees, which is where you want to live at. Left-handed pitcher with movement. Keep it right at the knees. Misses away. 2-1 count here.
Well, that's it. If you're going to get it up a little bit, make sure you're going away to the outside part of the plate.
Missing low is a lot better than missing up in the zone. Blows it right by him for strike 2.
Let it come back.
You can tell right now with the way he's attacking these last 2 hitters, looks like he's getting himself into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Got him in a rundown. The runner left early from first. They're going to keep him in a rundown here. Tags him out by J.T. Harding. Big play.
Yeah, good job by Harding, keeping an eye on the guy on third, making sure he didn't break. I'm surprised he didn't break a little bit earlier right there once they were running towards first, but good job by Harding. Second inning had a little bit of a break right there where Dehenny apparently is swinging strike there to Smith. Had some type of blood on his elbow. Not sure exactly when that happened. Obviously, any type of sport, you have to stop the game, take care of that. Sean Clank came over there, did a great job as always, and we're back on track here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Smith down to an early 0-2 count here.
Smith hit a bomb last night. I mean, he
I
turned
heard.
on it and got all of it.
Oh, not so much air.
Yeah,
That was a nice pitch, though.
way out in front of that off-speed stuff. But, yeah, he had about a 340-foot blast, as was estimated.
It was only a matter of time for he cracked one out there.
I mean, really turned on it. And you know what? I mean, this was it was 9-0, and it was a game where it kind of caught us off guard because it was a game where Sterling, for the most part, go a little low with the first pitch here to Matt Cowan. For the most part, was going the opposite way, really playing small ball most of the game. I mean, prior to that, the hardest hit ball was Ryan McGoldrick's sacrifice fly to center field. But other than that, they just kept the ball in play. But he really got all of it.
Down the first base line, it's going to go out of play for strike 1, I believe. Yep, 1-1 count.
1-1 count, 1 out here. Bottom half of the second inning, Sterling holding a 3-1 lead.
Oof. Plunks him right on the, looks like right on the hip.
Yeah. What's that? The third hit batter, I think, when you're looking at both pitchers.
Yep, third.
2 by
Sterling.
Gateway and
Oh,
one.
yeah, you're
Sterling,
right.
the batter's got hit twice.
Yep.
But as far as pitchers, Dehenny has hit 2 and
Mhm.
Miller 1.
Bring up the 9 batter, second baseman, JT Harding. Takes first pitch high for ball 1.
Of course, in our last game was the JT Harding first career home run. Got
Yeah.
off, it turned on, it got the
Surprised
barrel
all of
bat
us.
out there.
He surprised himself. He didn't even know it was going. He didn't know what happened. Takes pitch 2, right down the middle, strike 1.
Well, the big thing we were impressed with was that once he hit first base, there was that little bit of shock, but he regained his composure and got into a pretty good home run trot.
And act
for
like
guys
he's
who's
been
not-
there 50
Yeah,
times.
that's exactly it. Act like you've been there before.
Pitcher's got a pretty nice pickoff move. Picked off Casey in the first. Has a nice little move to first as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about that last night. Eastlinger from West Deptford, for a right-hander, had an unbelievable pickoff move. Just so quick with his feet.
JT fouls one off to the right for strike 2. Brings the count to 1-2. Really see if JT can put the ball in play here. Try and get a little rally going with 1 out for the top order coming up behind them. Callan with a nice lead over there. Smart pickoff move by the pitcher. Might be playing a little hit and run action here. Lines at the right. Caught by the right fielder on the hop.
You might have been right on that previous one. They might have been thinking that with the hit and run, especially when you're looking at JT Harding, a kid who really does a good job going the other way, which you
Yep.
saw right there.
He steals that open. Second base is going to cover the bag. Leads a wide open hole at second base for a grounder. Put a good swing on it, but hit it right to the right fielder. Bring up the top of the order, Dan Baldino. Takes pitch number 1 down the middle for strike. Didn't seem like the blood on the pitcher's arm really affected his concentration here. Just came back, done with strikes. Really
Not
standing
quite
his
sure
groove.
when that happened. It must have.
Might have been. I really don't know. Didn't see him slide yet. There goes Callan on the pitch, and he's going to steal easily. Goes in standing. Good pitch to run on there. Curveball in the dirt.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And he got a good jump. I don't think he would have had, the catcher would have shot him if it was a fastball. Sets up a single, will probably score him here. It's good base running.
And that's a situation where it's smart to take a shot, get the runner in scoring position, especially with 2 outs right here.
Yep. And if he does get thrown out, it's not the end of the world. You got the top coming right up the next inning. Got him again. Wow. Unbelievable.
Well, that's the second Sterling base runner getting picked off here. Sterling leading 3-1 over Gateway.
Gateway will start the inning with the top of their order, Matt Spissel. Two quick balls in the dirt for Andrew Miller. 2-0 count here. See if he can come back and making a struggle for the batter here.
And this is a Gateway team and a game right now that has the feel that you feel like if you're strong, you've got to get more runs. You don't want to keep a scrappy Gateway team like this hanging around, or I mean, they could really make things tough for you in the end. And this is a game that Sterling can ill afford to lose,
Yeah.
especially after a big win.
Pretty
against
much in the
West Deptford.
conference, Sterling has to win out. They're pretty much a team to beat in the conference anyway, them and West Deptford. So teams are going to be coming for them.
Spissel takes the walk, man on first with nobody out. And this kind of happened, it's ironic, after the West Deptford game, you had that loss to Collingswood in a game where Sterling was up, I believe, 2-0 or 3-0.
2-0. They went up 2-0 early.
In the first inning, only to have Collingswood come firing back.
Collingswood was putting the bat on the ball every pitch. My brother got hit all over the field that day. Everything he threw, man.
If you may say so
Oh,
yourself.
I tell him. I told him when he got home too. Believe me. I'm his biggest critic. So.
Okay. Hey, you're just trying to make him get better, right?
Yeah. It's all love.
Tough love.
Yeah, he don't like it, but what are you gonna do? Good cover on the bunt there for Andrew Matola. Gateway trying to play some small ball, trying to manufacture some runs here, get themselves back in the game.
Yeah, that's a smart move. I mean, you get the leadoff hitter on, work at it one run at a time, and especially with Dehenny not doing too bad of a job right now. He had the hit batter, got Cowan on, but was able to settle down. Obviously got the break with the pickoff move there for the third out in the bottom half of the second inning.
Got a man on second here, one out for the three-hitter, Dan Ream. Takes ball one low. Good spot.
Low and away.
Yep, comes right back in for strike one. Evens the count at 1-1.
Good job of Miller stepping off right there. That's a situation where as a young pitcher you don't want to be predictable. Look, go in and pitch, throw the pitch. Look, go and throw the pitch. Changed it up a little bit right there.
And now he's right back in throwing. I like his tempo.
Yeah, we talked about how important that is to keep that runner at second close. And, it could be the difference between somebody scoring on a hit to left field and holding up at third or getting them out at the plate.
You just want to really prevent walking leads there from second.
Right.
You want to make sure they're set and not walking off the base when you're trying to throw, because that just gives them a lot of momentum. Any base hit in the outfield, they're going to score off a walking lead. So good job keeping them on their toes and ready to dive back.
Another good pitch there, low and away.
Grooves it in for strike two. It's a big pitch here. Want to keep him off the base for the four-hitter coming up.
We'll count the Ream here. Runner on second.
Strike three on the inside corner. Beautiful pitch. Good spot.
That's a huge pitch right there. Huge strikeout to the three-hole hitter, as you said, with Dehenny coming up, the cleanup hitter.
Two outs here, man on second. This is low. You see Angel's getting in a lot of deep counts today, but he's still finding ways to get outs and get out of them. You'd like it to be on 3 pitches instead of 6, but he's making it happen some way. Ooh.
And this is a Gateway team that's making him throw strikes. You don't see them flailing away at bad pitches that are way out of the zone. So give credit to them. That's why I said this is a scrappy Gateway team.
Looks like they're almost up there. Take it till they get a strike. Really making him throw pitches. I don't think I've seen a first pitch swing yet for Gateway. So.
And that's a smart way to approach it.
Young pitcher.
Yep, young pitcher.
There you go, brings it in. 3-1 count here. Definitely don't want to give him anything to hit here. Keep it at the knees. This is low for ball 4. Bring up the 5-hitter, Dan Offenbacher.
Offenbacher comes up.
There's a name.
Runners on first and second, and Coach K will go out and have a word with Miller.
Dude's mound visits are always funny.
Coach looks like he might be asking him some questions, maybe. I don't know. Got that questioning look to his.
Yeah, he just says he's tired. You all right? What's working? What's not? And he'll crack some jokes too. Make
Yeah.
us laugh.
Diagnose the problem and then.
Yeah. There we go. First and second, 2 outs. Gateway threatening here in the top of the third. Good pick by Ryan Smith.
Yeah, that's huge. Want to know the count. To Offenbacher.
Comes right back. Offenbacher fouls it back. That rhymed. I didn't even mean to do that. I
Yes,
just like saying his name.
Just amazing, yeah. You did. You were impressed with that name right from the get-go.
Offenbacher. That's just an athletic name. Ooh.
Always a good sign when you get them diving back.
Yeah,
And
step
that'll
off,
keep
snap
them a little
throw.
bit closer, make them think twice.
That's a tough play for a lefty pitcher there to first. It's hard to really control that throw over there. Throwing off your back foot.
High and inside. You know, it's interesting. He threw that high and inside. That's one thing we're talking to Mr. K. Obviously, last night was a night where you had to throw the ball outside with the balls being called a half a foot to a foot outside for strikes. But Mr. K says he always likes them. You know, when that happens, you're going to have hitters crowd the plate. Throw it inside. Mix it up with an inside pitch every once in a while. Keep them honest. Keep them back.
Rip to second base. Tough hop. They're going to try and score him from second. Here comes a throw to the plate. Wide, and Gateway scores a run here, makes it 3-2.
And that's an
Ball's
aggressive
ripped.
play right there that you're going to make if you're at third. With 2 outs, being on the road, being in a team that
I
has
love
a tough
sending
year,
him there.
you're going to be playing it aggressive. That's what they did right there. That was a good move.
Throwing up your back foot from almost the outfield. You got to make a perfect throw. That's a gutsy send home, but I like it.
Yeah,
Paid off for him.
absolutely have to do that in the situation they're in. And that's a tough play for JT Horn. You got the in-between hop, did a good job getting his body in front of it. And Gateway's able to get the second run right here to close the gap to 3-2 with 2 outs here. Top of the third.
Is there 2 or is there 1? I'm not sure. Misses low and away.
Well, you had the strikeout.
I don't know if there was anything. I'm trying to think if there's. I don't know if there's anything else. We'll see after the next ball. Misses up and away. Batter wanted it. There's absolutely no wind out today,
No,
which is weird for this field.
just the opposite of last time we were out here
Yep.
with that West Deptford game.
3-1 count here to Corey Rudder.
Well, you don't want to lose Rudder here and load up the bases.
Gets it on his hands to Matola. Steps on third. Oh, you're right. For the third out of
We
the
had
inning.
there was an out early on, a ground
Yeah.
ball to Matola at third.
Yeah.
Start off the top or the bottom of the third inning here with Gateway closing the gap to 3-2.
Yeah, Dehenny here for Gateway, really pounding the zone, really forcing you to swing the bat, make you hit.
And we talked about how Gateway, being a scrappy team, is the team you don't want to have staying around. And this game is kind of having a look of that. You saw them with the runner in third. You know they're going to take chances. They're having a tough year. They're on the road right now, nothing to lose. And that's how they got themselves back in this game. And they're down by 1 here, and they feel like they have a chance.
When every team's out to get you, when you let teams hang around, that's
Yeah.
when they're going to come and beat you. It's 2-1. 2-1 count here on Dan Baldino. Misses away. 3-1 count now. Trying to get a leadoff base runner here. And misses away for ball 4. As soon as I compliment him on throwing strikes, he walks Baldino.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, what you saw with Casey last night, he was consistent throughout. Had a couple times where he got in the jams, but for the most part, got himself back on track, and he'd be consistent for 6, 7 batters. And what you're seeing with Dehenny is at times flashes of somebody who knows how to pitch, gets the ball where he needs to get it. But having a leadoff runner on, especially when you got to the game within 1 there with the run to make it 3-2. Something obviously he didn't want to do, especially with the top half of the lineup up right now.
See if they go back to some small ball here. Drop a bunt down, move him over. Yep, Baldino's going on the pitch. Bunt gets dropped. Oh, what a play.
Wow.
And he's going to get doubled off at first. Wow. Worst case scenario in that play.
Yep.
And it happened.
That is the worst case scenario, no question about it.
It's a great play by the pitcher, really pouncing off that mound and laying out full extension to make a play.
So the mistakes are really hurting Sterling. You have that, the double play bunt, 2 times getting picked off.
Picked off on
Obviously,
second base.
They're ahead in this
Twice.
game, but if this ends up being a game that blows up on them in the end, you look back to early
Yep,
on when
it
they
all adds up.
could have more opportunities.
Nice hook there. Yeah, it's little stuff, man. Close games, it's the little stuff that's going to lose it for you. Got Ryan McGoldrick not leading off, up with 2. Little out in front, drops one in. It's going to be a base hit in front of left fielder. You could hear Ryan kind of grunt on the swing. You knew he was out ahead of it. Just happened to find a hole.
Now, as long as you get your bat on the ball,
Yep.
that's the key.
Mr. Matola, coaching from the sidelines, as always.
One spot. Looking to drive it. Nothing easy out there, right? Score on a gapper. Run contact. Let's go. Leave it out.
Blocked in the dirt, and Ryan's going to be going on the pitch. Good break there.
Yeah, that's a big break here, putting McGoldrick in scoring position. I was just about to say, Dehenny right here, if somehow he's able to get Casey out, what a boost of confidence. I mean, your team's within 1. You get through the top half of the lineup. Going into the 4th inning, you're going to be facing the bottom half of the lineup. But again, against a Sterling lineup that's pretty balanced.
Yeah, they don't
but
really
still,
have a bottom. They're all pretty much consistent in there.
You get past Donovan Casey, you might feel pretty good about yourself.
I mean, you got Matola at the 5 spot, Mazzone at 6, and Smith at 7, and that's all power right there. All 3 of them have the potential to just hit it over the fence at any time. So, big RBI spots in this order for them. Rolls over on the hook to the third baseman. Donovan's going to beat it out. Oof. Just gets him at first. Nice play.
Good hustle.
Gateway, leading off for Gateway, number 31, Marcus Freeze. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Ball 2 in the same spot. Yeah, he's consistently missing in the same spot, which is just, if you're missing the same spot over and over, it's just a quick fix. When you're missing everywhere, that's when got to go back to the drawing board. There you go.
No, he's definitely not all over the place. That's for sure. It's
Yeah, he's missing a little bit below the knees and there, but that's a quick fix for you.
and that's where you start to feel like a kid like that's maturing, who at times has had problems with command, but when you're only missing by a little bit, and if you could really master the command part of pitching to go along with a live arm, decent breaking ball, that's when you can really get it. And again, that's why you look at Donovan Casey being the ace, as we see Miller.
And he's only a
Walk
sophomore,
speeds.
which is another upside.
Only a sophomore, yeah. And
He's got a lot of room to grow.
And it's good having him look and see what Donovan Casey's doing, and I'm sure learning a lot from what Donovan Casey's able to do out there on the mound.
Let's bring up the catcher, Matt Sparks, who is 1 for 1 on the night with a RBI single to left. Sack bunt here. Nice bunt on the first base line. Gets it down solid. Oof.
Hello, Steve.
Yeah, but what umpires will do, will let you have your say, and let's see this.
So look, it's kind of sails on him. Oof. Ooh.
He was off by just
yeah,
a little
just
bit.
off the bag.
I mean, it
Caught a
wasn't
gift there, but
on a live call right there. I'll give the ump the benefit of the doubt. That was very close.
pass ball gets to the screen. The guy's going to advance to third. He's making a turn here. I do like what the second base umpire did, though. He admitted he didn't have a good look on it, so he asked into the home plate umpire for help.
Yeah.
Umpire made a call, but that's just pretty much umpire discretion there. He has the better view, really, if he's looking at it. He's not really focusing on the play because he's got to watch over here at third base. So.
And one thing, people always say, why do they argue? They know they're never going to change their call, but what that might do is get in their heads, and maybe you may get a call later in the game that might go your way.
And when you're a player and you see a close play like that and you see your coaches or your teammates kind of fight for you, argue for you, it really makes you feel better about yourself rather than not saying anything, and then you're like, all right.
Very good point.
He's got one out here in the top of the fourth. Man on third for the pinch hitter here. Hits it off the knob, foul ball on the line.
Well, that's a break right there, getting a strike that's up around the shoulders. And one down here in the top of the fourth. Sterling holding on to it.
I would say this guy's name, but I cannot pronounce his last name at all. Mike. We're going to call him Mike T.
There you go. Way to adjust.
Yeah, there's no chance I'm saying that name. Shizin. Ooh, for a pinch hitter coming off cold off the bench, he's really up there not getting cheated.
And that's a good job, Miller.
Standing right in there.
Two pitches that were up high, a little bit out of the zone, coming back with a nice pitch location-wise on the outer part of the plate.
Ball gets by Ryan Smith, the catcher, and Gateway's going to tie this game up, 3-3. A wild pitch.
Now this is just a scrappy Gateway team that's doing what they have to do here, and all of a sudden they're tied 3-3.
And honestly, a little bit looks like Sterling's playing a little comfortable with they had the 3-0 lead. They got a little comfortable. They really got to come back to that fight they had in the first inning. They got to really come back strong in this bottom half.
And this is where I'm sure the coaches are just keeping them on track. Let's keep doing what we have to do. Let's have quality at bats, because quite frankly, that's what happened last night. They had a couple sacrifices that didn't work, a couple innings early on where there were double plays, and they kept with it, hitting the ball the opposite way, and things broke open. As you see him foul off another pitch right there.
Mike T will not go away. Not go away easy here. And you look at the last inning, the bunt, they try to get down to move him to second. He gets doubled off. Yeah. Nice play by the pitcher. Baldino went on second. McGoldrick singles to left, and the next pitch maybe would have scored Baldino. Stuff like that.
Right.
You don't execute the small things. It kind of hurts you.
And this is a team, obviously, as we're seeing right now, no question about it, they're not going to go down easy. Coming in here in a tough season, not having the best of years. Gateway's had a decent baseball tradition, but just down a little bit this year.
Still fighting. And that's when you get beat. Sterling's, at this point in the conference, has everything to lose. Gateway probably not going to win the conference in that other part, so they got everything to win, pretty much. They knock off a 1-2 seed, they're thrilled. Sterling loses, they lose the conference, so they got to play with a little bit more fight here in the last couple innings. Good battle by Andrew Miller. Finally wins. Strikes him out on a high fastball. 2 outs here for the leadoff batter, Matt Spissel.
Big second out right there. And again, I like Andrew Miller's composure. Lots happened out there. You've had a few different things with the pass ball, runners advancing, but he's doing what he has to do to get outs to hold off this scrappy way that you're seeing this Gateway team playing and keep the game tied.
Comes right back with first pitch strike. Best pitch in baseball right there. First pitch strike. A little extra giddy up on that one. Misses high.
It's funny you mention that. That's the first pitch strike. That's a strategy that a lot of top flight pitchers have, and in a lot of cases, you go to Cliff Lee or Roy Halladay, that's your best chance to get a hit. And you see the ground ball
rolls
going
one over to
JT.
second baseman, JT Harding. Just gets him at first for out number 3.
So we're through
All tied
Top
up
of the
here.
fourth here. Gateway gets the run and ties things up 3-3. And we're back here to start off the bottom half of the fourth inning. Andrew Mottola starting things up. Gateway ties the game in the top of the fourth inning, 3-3. Mottola takes ball one, breaking ball to the outside part of the plate.
Misses for ball 2. Leadoff base runner here would be huge.
Mottola taking all the way right there. Good move right there. Again, you want to make Dehenny come to you, throw strikes. He's a kid that's already hit 2 batters, so.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't miss by much.
Look good here, but
we don't have the liberty to be behind the plate, see inside or outside, but it didn't look like that glove moved too much, and I think that was right at the knees.
good hitter's count here for Mottola.
Just a
Takes
little bit
low,
off the plate. There's that leadoff hitter you talk about that's so important.
Comes Chris Mazzone. Let's see what. Interested to see what they're going to do here. Mazzone. Let him swing here, or I don't know. They had him sack bunt the one game.
Yeah, nobody
Didn't work out well, but they tried it.
Pretty much what they've done, they've moved the runner along with the sacrifice bunt.
They're
You
going to
look
bunt
at
him.
Mazzone here.
Good job.
Good job.
And
getting
Mazzone
it
gets the
down.
bunt down.
That's a great job there by Mazzone, and that just goes with Sterling. Even though they've had some tough breaks with the double plays, the bunt that ended up being a double play, sacrifice that didn't work, you want to keep doing what you have to do, and that's what you saw Chris Mazzone there, laying down a perfect bunt. Keep going, sticking with what's going to get you runs in this game, and I think that's what Sterling's going to do. That's what they did last night. I mean, that was very important in them staying with it, hitting the ball the right side, and then that one inning, they just broke things open.
That's why Mazzone's such a great team player. He's a 4, 5, 6 hitter in the order. He's coming up, and he's going to drop down a sack bunt here with no questions asked. Smith rips from the third. Looks like he sails it. First base makes a nice play. Comes down on the bag for out number 2.
Good job at third, looking the runner back, and Mottola had to respect that, and you had the high throw, but first baseman did a good job going up and getting it, and Mottola was forced to stay at second.
Matt Cowan is a pretty good gap hitter. He likes to go to that right center gap a lot.
Yeah,
That'll definitely score Mottola. Takes high for ball 1.
I know. I believe I was at the Haddon Heights game for a little bit. That was a tight game, and Matt Cowan, I believe it was runners on second, third. He hit a double to right center that broke that game open. And again, that's the thing about this team. You've had contributions key times from the bot. Anybody from 1 through 9 can hurt you here.
This is high again. Same spot almost. 2-0.
Cowan going to be taken all the way on this one, a 3-0 count. With 2 outs here, Mottola at second base. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Score tied at 3.
Misses low in the dirt. Ball 4. So 2 on for the 9-hitter, JT Harding here.
And you have to think Harding's going to wait for him to throw
Yeah.
a strike here coming
4
up
and
here.
4 straight. You really want to make him work. He'll take till he gets a strike.
No, not
Swinging.
taken.
First pitch swinging. Interesting call there.
Very interesting call. Well, at least, I mean, you look at it now. Now, obviously, you know, with him swinging here, the one advantage you'll have, you have a kid that hits to the right side.
Yep.
And the runners are going to be going off the crack of the bat. So, yeah, this could be a big situation for JT Harding to come through.
Takes high outside to even the count at 1-1. Rolls over one, the short up the middle. Then you get a force at second for the third out. Sterling strands 2. Going into the top of the 5th here. Tied up 3-3.
So, nice job at Dehenny after, you know, getting the leadoff hitter on, coming away with goose eggs on the Sterling end, and the game's still tied 3-3 as we head into the top of the 5th. And we come back here as we see Gateway. The line drive base hit to left on the second pitch from Justin Ford, who just came into the game, coming in for Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller is now the right fielder in place of Connor Walsh. And Gateway gets the leadoff hitter on here in a 3-3 game. And again, starting off just like they have been the last few innings and just chipping away. Got themselves to a tie ball game now, looking to go ahead here with nobody out. Leadoff hitter on.
First pitch curveball over for a strike. For the 3 batter, number 14, Dan Ream. Two straight curveballs or sliders, match what they are. Over for a strike. 0-2 count here. Let's see if he can hit a good spot and get the strikeout. Good job of pitching backwards there
Yeah.
for Justin there. Really,
Kind of the off speed, setting up the fastball
Yep.
and away.
you get
know?
that curveball over, that fastball looks 90 miles an hour. You're used to that slow curveball, and he's not overpowering, so for him to be effective, he really needs to locate his off speed as well as his fastball.
Yeah.
Bring up the cleanup hitter, number 28, the pitcher, Pat Dehenny.
Well, I know early on in the one, it wasn't even last night. It was the game the first time around with West Stafford. Donovan Casey was sharp, but one thing he wasn't sharp off, he was hanging the curveball.
Yep.
But even with that, like you said, the change in speed still throw hitters off. Even though you don't have that sharp break, as we look at a pass ball here, this is where you got to get to it with this far backstop, and Ryan Smith does. The runner advancing to second base. That's Ryan Soule, the first baseman, who got that leadoff hit.
1-1 count here.
One out in the top of the 5th. Ford getting a big strikeout after the leadoff single.
Chases the high fastball. See, it's stuff like that. He's using that curveball down. He sees the fastball up. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The way they've chipped away at this lead was being very disciplined. And even that hit to left field, if you remember, that was a really high pitch that
Yeah, he swung at it.
Soule
Yep.
went after. Got the hit, but whew, wow.
Really nice curve on the inside corner. Froze the batter. Maybe even froze the umpire there.
I think so. I mean, whenever you see that glove not move, you wonder.
Gets it on his hands, fights it off. Count remains at 2-2 here.
And again, you talk about pitching backwards, the off speed, and comes back with that fastball.
Yeah, always when you start a guy with a first pitch curveball, it's pretty much now he's pretty much has no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
They call it pitching backwards. They're making him think the opposite way than a hitter would normally think. All right, full count here.
Full count here in a big spot here with one out, runner on second, score tied 3-3 here in the top of the 5th.
Fouls it straight back.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there, and even a good job there at Dehenny, the number 4 hitter, battling.
I say they come with the hook here. Try and keep him off balance. That's what they do, and he fights off another one.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence in a full count, runner in scoring position, having the confidence to go with that breaking ball at 3-2.
Give it to him again. That's what they do. Rolls over to short. It's a big out there to the 4 batter. Good job of pitching there. Battling the full count and getting the guy to roll over on a curveball.
That's it. You could see he was lunging at it, and that's that change. You have movement, but the big thing there is that change of speeds, and Ford does what he has to do to get the second out.
2 outs from a man Offenbacher.
Your buddy.
Best name in high school baseball.
Kind of like reminds me. What's the popcorn guys? Orville Redenbacher, right?
Yeah.
Old guy. He's got the bow tie, right?
Yeah. Hangs it a little bit for ball 1.
Not sure. I don't know background of anybody. Maybe Offenbacher might feel like he's got a career in popcorn. I don't know. Kind of throwing it out there.
Make some money.
It's the heat. We're losing it a little bit here. I think I am.
Yeah. It's all right. 2-0 count here. Comes back with a strike at the knees. 2-1.
Like how it keeps that fastball away and at the knees.
Got to come all the way back now. That was a nice hook.
That's a real nice break ball. Froze him right there. Keeping it down too. I mean, you don't see things that he really hasn't gotten many of those breaking balls up in the zone.
It's a good pitch with two strikes there. Try to get him chasing. Full count here. Got to be perfect. It just misses high for ball 4.
Yeah, just as we said that, you get the breaking ball, the sail's a little bit high. So 1st and 3rd here with 2 outs.
Bring up the lefty, Corey Rudder. Misses low for ball 1.
This is the same spot where Gateway early on, I believe it was the 2nd inning, got the runner caught up, and Sterling got him in the rundown, was able to get the final out, not have the man on 3rd advance or score.
Fouls went off his leg for strike 1.
1-1 to count.
First lefty he's seen here. Really, he's got to make sure he keeps that front arm tucked in. He struggles with lefties sometimes. He flails that front half open and leaves everything up and away. Misses away all the time. So that pitch was good. Stayed close and drove through it.
And we'll ask you, you would know best, does he have any type of cutter or off speed, anything that can go away from a lefty?
He throws a two-seam. It doesn't move. It has a little bit of movement on it, but not too much of really full lefty.
Right.
He just throws it to get some movement on it.
Yeah. Because I know, this Gateway team is, what they saw originally was Andrew Miller as a lefty having that ball that tails away on the right-handed hitter.
His changeup tails a little bit too from a lefty, but he hasn't thrown one yet. Another pick off the first, trying to keep him close.
Yeah, and this is a spot where you don't want to just give up second and have a base hit, get them 2 runs, and at the same time, you know, it's a key spot where you want to do that and focus on the hitter.
Gets a weak liner up the middle, and they get the force up the middle. Good job bearing down and getting that third out with a man on third.
Has struggled a bit at times, hit a couple batters, but bared down and got some key outs, key strikeouts when he had to keep his team in this game. And as we look at the first pitch, Baldino shows bunt. And on the offensive end, this is a Gateway team that's been very scrappy, done what they had to do from a small ball standpoint, take advantage of Sterling mistakes, and have this game tied here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Yo, I hope you get to swing a bat, man.
1-1 to count here. Denny low to Baldino.
All right, I'm back.
2-1 to count. It's all right. We're fining you $50. Ball high and away. This is where you can't help the pitcher out and swing at anything out of the zone. And looks like that's the approach that Baldino has here as the count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, really need a base runner here.
And that's a situation you might even be taking a strike. This might even be taking a strike at 3-1. The count goes full to Baldino here, leading off the bottom half of the 5th.
Taps from the third. Just out. Good hustle by Baldino down the line.
And that's one that looked like it might have been a little low. Could have been ball 4. Andrew Miller steps up to the plate. This is right now. I think they just need some type of an offensive spark. Have somebody get a double, a well-hit ball, just to pick up the dugout, get things going. Because I think you're in a situation here. As we look at
Gets under one.
Miller get
Skies
under
on the
it.
right.
I was up there.
Just misses it.
Yeah, this is a game that started out well before you getting 3 runs. You came off a real good game, and Sterling knows this is a game they can't lose. You get up there, gripping the bat a little bit tighter, feeling the pressure. This is where Sterling's got to stay loose, got to do what they know they can do, and just continue to try to get the ball in play and get runners on.
Bring out Ryan McGoldrick, the 3-hitter. Trying to get something going with 2. Takes a first pitch curve down for ball 1. Stays back and ropes a single to left field, right between third and short. Good piece of hitting there by Ryan McGoldrick. Stayed back and really hit it hard. Pretty good swing ball.
No, that's staying consistent with your approach and giving himself a chance for a 2-out rally here, Zach.
This is the guy you went up too.
Absolutely.
Fast adjust curve. Hey, hustle in a second. You're scoring on a gap.
Takes pitch 1 down the middle for strike.
Stay back now.
Taking that first pitch strike down at the knees.
Barrel the ball. Let's go.
Don't see any action in the Gateway bullpen. Looks like they're really riding on Dehenny here for the rest of the game. Oh, caught him leaning. Just gets back.
And that's one of those situations you talk about, riding with one pitcher. You don't know what they had going on in the earlier part of the week. They could be out of pitching. You don't know what they have in the upcoming week. And that was the case last night with West Deptford. They stuck with the Easterly a little longer than you would have normally do because they were out of pitching and they had to save some pitching for next week.
And I know they're in the Diamond Classic as well. So I don't know if maybe they were. I don't know when that starts. I don't know if maybe they were saving bottom of the 6th year.
And the Sterling dugout
Let's go, kid. Let's go.
saying to Henny, didn't come to a stop here.
Let's go, 1-4. Hey, kid. Hey, kid.
1-1 the count. Here, Donovan Casey.
Goldrick going, got a good jump. Nice throw by the catcher, Matt Sparks, right on the money. Now it's McGoldrick at second. Misses the next one. Makes the count 2-0. That was 6. Top of the 6th here, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Comes back, strike one. Makes the count 2-1 now. To number 31, Marcus Freeze.
Ford doing a nice job coming in for Miller last inning, getting out of a jam.
Nice hook there.
And just like that, I mean, he does a nice job mixing up the off speed with the fastball. And we saw, and you mentioned it, how you get the hook, the breaking ball, set up that fastball, and comes away with that fastball. The outside part of the play, there he goes with the breaking ball. But doing what he has to do, and that's a big first out right there. Yeah, you don't want that leadoff hitter to get on.
Bring up the catcher, Matt Sparks, who last inning just had a nice throw to second. Got McGoldrick stealing, also has an RBI single today.
One out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Misses with the curveball and first pitch. Comes back. Sparks drifts one down the line, foul. Evens the count off of 1-1. Right back to Ford, fields his position. Underhand flips like a girl to first for out number 2. He's really locating that off speed today, really keeping their hitters off balance. Really, they have no idea what's going to come at them, so it's a good job of locating.
Nothing's really been cleanly hit. Haven't been able to get the ball in that good part of the bat. We always say that's every bit as important as having that high 80 or 90 mile an hour fastball.
Staying ahead of these batters now after the first batter, so it's really, really positive. Got to keep hammering away here. Oh, trying to overthrow now. You can tell when they don't land smooth, they're just trying to throw way too hard.
Yeah.
He's getting a little, guess his adrenaline's going. He just needs to focus on hitting his spots and throwing strikes. You don't want to get a 2-out walk, give them a rally here. Drops a 2-out bunt here. Just throws it. Really afraid to throw the ball to first here.
Hey, he got it. He got it over there. Did what he had to do, and as we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning, real nice job. Missed just a little bit. And again, you have to feel like with nobody on, he's really going to come after Casey.
Yeah. And his he's been cruising lately, so his confidence is definitely going to be up there. I saw a little bit of action between innings in their bullpen, but no one really throwing seriously. So it really looks like they're just depending on him to get them through these 7. Yeah. And then they're going to see what happens after that.
No, he's done a good job getting himself out of some jams and doing what he's had to do.
He's not overpowering. He's letting his defense. We're hitting it right to him. They're making. I don't think they've made an error yet, so they're really making plays here, letting the defense do the work. See if he can get a leadoff runner here.
Good at bat by Donovan Casey there to get that leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as opposed to a freshman, something you'll see in a freshman game where you see kids get visibly rattled.
Good call there, Donovan going the first pitch.
Gets the
straight
second.
steal. Now all you need is a ground ball to the right side. Easier said than done, but that's ideal here from his own coming up with the guy on third.
Well, that's your sacrifice right there without having to give up an out.
Now you definitely need to move into third. any way possible. We don't need a strikeout. We don't need a pop out. We need to advance this runner.
8-2-4, 8-2-4. Hey, there it is. Now you ready to go?
Toll has he keeps his hands so close and behind that back ear. I can't understand how he gets that much power. He keeps it so tucked in behind that helmet right there. And then once he gets that front foot down, he just throws his hands and smashes the ball.
Yeah. Gets the hands in the zone.
Yep, stands open. Anything low and in, he completely tanks it. He likes the ball low and in.
Although, like you said, this is a situation where you want to try to get the bat on the ball, get it to the right side, move Casey over to third.
Another pickoff move. Donovan's not making that mistake again.
Nah.
He's not taking any chances. See Matola swung a little late there. You could tell to try to push the ball to the right side.
Yeah.
He knows the game inside and out. He's probably one of the most intense, most smart players I've played with in any sport, soccer and baseball. He just completely always knows what has to be done at all times. Good eye there.
And on the other hand, that's why you see Dehenny probably going with that fastball to the lower inner side.
He's going to try to jam him in
difficult.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to jam him inside. And he knows that. That's why he's trying to push his hands in to try to get that barrel through the zone to push the ball to the right side here. Beautiful piece of hitting. Wow. And they get nothing out of it. Tough play.
Yeah, that's
Matola tattoos one the right field and nothing out of it.
wow. That was on a line. That was hit pretty deep. You have to think he had a chance.
Yeah, definitely had a chance to
Tag up.
tag. I don't know if maybe he thought it was going to drop or was told to hold. I'm not sure. I'll bring up Mazzone here. Takes a middle and fastball here. Strike one. They're going to do the same thing to him. They're going to try and pitch him in and really not let him get the barrel through the zone. There's a nice ball in the
pitch,
dirt.
wow.
Mazzone chases it.
There they
The
get
runner's going to advance.
So right now it's the mistakes by Gateway more than anything right now that allows Casey to get the
Yep,
third.
they had them right where they wanted them to. Mazzone down on the count here, 0-2.
And Mazzone-
Really need contact here.
Yeah.
Gateway's bringing the infield in. They're not letting this run score easily.
This is where Mazzone's got to shorten up the swing and just get the bat on the
Yep.
ball with Casey at third.
Anything to the outfield here scores him. Good waist pitch, low and away. Really good job of sliding over and blocking that by Sparks, the catcher. Anything by him, Donovan can walk home.
And we
take
talked
the
about
lead.
that. You know, you have the breaking ball on the outside, but that fastball to the outside is very tough because you got to react. You got to get out
Yeah.
there quick.
Good job holding up and
Yeah.
even better job blocking there. They're trying to get him chasing here out of the zone.
And that's a tough one because that bounced way before the plate.
Yep.
You get that high,
Got him
that
up in the
high
neck
hop
area.
right there, but we did a nice job staying in front of it. Matt Sparks back there for Gateway.
Souvenir for a lucky fan out there.
Good job of Mazzone fighting things off right there. Might have been a little bit high, but
Yeah, 2 strikes. He's not
Yep,
taking any
you
chance
got it.
here.
Don't
He's up
wanna
there
take
hacking.
chances.
And that's also another pitch he can easily push over the first baseman, second baseman's head there to get a run. Not a bad pitch to chase if you're going to go down swinging. Another waste one.
Zone really hanging tight, hanging tough in there, not
Yep.
getting his body ahead and flailing at that breaking ball.
Makes it a full count here. And got the job done. Fly ball to right.
This should do it.
Should tag him. And
Down, it
no one
falls
catches
in.
it. They don't talk, and the ball falls in, and Mazzone runs in with an RBI double.
Boy, that's just a great job, great at bat there by Chris Mazzone.
Wasn't pretty, but I don't think anyone even got a glove on it, so it goes in as a hard hit double.
You
Not
talk
even an
about
error.
coming in, being a team player. We mentioned prior to that, you had the sacrifice bunt as a kid. That's in the meat of the order. Used to, is in a power slot right there. But and obviously they weren't able to do anything with the sacrifice bunt. But comes up big right there, getting the ball to the right side. What a tough at bat though, with 2 strikes,
Down 0-2 early.
fighting off pitches. And I like the fact that when you look at him at that at bat, you have to think that he was watching the game and saw what the pitcher was doing, what the Henny was doing to the other guys where they were way in front. He got a few strikeouts on that pitch that bounces before the plate, but Mazzone did a good job holding off, gets the hit, and is able to put Sterling ahead here in the bottom of the 6th.
Bring out Ryan Smith here. Good cut. Wanted his second one in 2 games here. Hit an absolute bomb last night at West Effort. I don't think it hit the ground yet. Kid's just got so much power. His lower half is so strong.
Yeah. Well, there's the fastball right there. You have to think he's going to come back at Smith with that breaking ball that got him early on in this game. I believe it was in the 3rd or 4th inning. There it is.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's getting tired out there in the mound.
More of a slider there or a cutter, not so much the fastball, not that over the top, off the table breaking ball, but kind of took a little bit off it.
Rose went down the right field line. Looks like he got him. Nope. Catches it. Ray Dunn's going to tag from second, got the third. Good piece of hitting there. Ryan Smith really getting a job done in advancing the runner.
Hitting the ball to the right side.
Yep,
That's
inside out swing, that low and in fastball. Good job.
Again, another kid, we're talking about the home run, but last night, 2 times prior to that, hit the ball to the right side, got the ball in play, moved runners along, I believe knocked in some runs, and obviously really turned on one to hit that big home run. Or as big of a home run as it could be to make the score 9 to 0 to 11 to 0. But in any event, a real highlight for him in a game where he really played outstanding, and not only at the bat, at the plate, but also behind the plate.
Bring out Matt Cowan here. Takes ball 1 outside. Lunges out, fouls it back. Would really love another run of support here. Score right from third.
And you mentioned to Henny Tyron, doesn't look like he has as much on that fastball, especially the one to the outside plate that he had early on in the game.
He's kind of lagging his arm through his motion, missing in the dirt, missing high. There you go. Good cut, fouls it straight back.
Battle 2-6, let's go. Battle, kids, sit back. Sit back and battle, let's go 2-6.
See if we can get another deep count here, like Mazzone did. Fights it off, fouls down the first base line, right over Coach K's head.
Just trying to check swing it over there. And,
Yeah, looks like he
about
was aiming for him.
8 more feet over. Could have had it down the right field line.
Gets it on his hands, rolls it to the shortstop. Third base cuts it off. Looks like he's going to beat it. Beats
do
it out.
Well, there's that insurance run that you need. Great job by Matt Cowan.
RBI,
Ray Dunn
infield
scoring
single.
right here to extend the lead to 5-3. And a Sterling team that, like we said, is just staying with it, doing what they have to do, and sooner or later things are going to pay off, and that's what we're seeing right here. Sterling up 5-3 here, getting that insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning with J.T. Harding up to the plate. Matt Cowan with a big at bat, big RBI right there is at first.
Takes ball 2. Sterling not stopping yet, trying to get as many runs as they can here. Really pile on this bottom half of the 6th. And then go win it in the 7th. Strike 1. Makes the count 2-1.
Denny rearing back there. You could just tell after every pitch now, he's really looking fatigued right there. And yeah, this is one where you think they're just going to pretty much go with him here.
Yeah, he's digging deep,
Finish
trying
out.
to grind this one out. Misses up, ball 3.
3-1 to count. J.T. Harding.
Misses high, ball 4. Do
Before
it.
we put that out as being official.
First pitch for the new pitcher, Ryan Soul, right down the middle for strike 1.
Well, that's all you want Soul to come in here and do. Throw strikes.
Yeah, you need an out. Don't
Get an out.
minimize the damage here. Baldino ropes one. A crazy hop over to third baseman's head, and Callan is going to score from second on the RBI single from Dan Baldino. Makes the score 6-3 Sterling.
Well, that's what we
That's
saw
in the
last
hop.
night, right? When things start to go your way, and again, it
When it
goes
rains,
back
it
to you
pours.
putting the ball in play, getting your bat on the ball. You could get some errors. Anything could happen. You know, they have to field the ball, make the throw, and that was probably the worst hop I think I've seen all year. That might have went about 8 feet
That
in the
hit
air.
something. That was weird. See, Andrew Miller's going to crush one here. I feel it. Whew. Right to the second baseman. And he throws it
Another.
away. 1 run will score. A whole Baldino at third and a whole Miller at second. Wow. E4
And Sterling is
breaking it wide
breaking
open.
this game wide open, which again you want to do. You don't want to just get a run or two, especially with the way this Gateway team has established themselves as being very scrappy, playing with nothing to lose. And right now Sterling opens it up to a 7-3 lead with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bring on McGoldrick. He's got a pair of hits today. See if McGoldrick can stay in this groove here. Takes one in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. It's cool to see a 7-3 game. The catcher's still back there working hard.
Yeah, he's had a
dropping and blocking.
A good day out there. I mean, you had that one. He threw, I believe it was McGoldrick out at second. Nice throw.
It's like Miller's going to come out of the game. Looks like he hurt looks like maybe his quad. His right leg.
Yeah, definitely favoring as he's running off.
Bring in my man Ben Reeder to run. Comes the sun, starts to creep in from left field. Looks like a totally different field right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing about this game is, like you said, there's no wind, and
Yeah, this is honestly, I can say, this is probably the game where I've never seen any wind.
I know that in that what
Never
the
happens
first
here.
West Deptford game, the wind absolutely played a part in
Yeah.
it. They made some, that's a pretty good West Deptford team. Yeah, defense, decent outfitters, saw them making plays last night, but they were just misplaying balls like you're not normally used to seeing them misplays. We see a strike right there.
And it's going to be caught by the second baseman. Sterling causes some damage here. They put a 4 spot on the board and go up 7-3, headed into the top of the 7th.
4 runs to blow this game wide open, going ahead 7-3. I'm sorry, 8-3.
Go over some defensive changes. Connor Walsh is going to take the mound in relief of Justin Ford. And it looks like it's that maybe Anthony Monzo in right field for the injured Miller. I think that's Monzo. Can you see who that is out there?
Let's see. Yeah, that looks like Monzo.
I think it is. Good pitch by Connor Walsh. Getting him to chase a curveball in the dirt. Connor.
Strike 2 right there.
Yeah, good pitch in the dirt. Had the batter swinging. Connor's always a guy you can have pretty much full confidence to come in and really get jobs done. Throws strikes, throws a good speed, has good off speed, and just has the experience. He's been doing this since his sophomore year. See him there on the strikeout, made that look effortless.
Well, I'm impressed. I saw him as a sophomore. Didn't see much of him last year, and then coming in here as a senior with how much harder he's thrown. Of course, he's bigger. I mean, they added a few. He might be about 3 to 4 inches taller than he was as a sophomore, but he's really got a lot of life on that fastball.
He just comes in and pounds his own. Does a good job of it. Keeps himself, stays real close on his delivery, and just breaks through and throws hard. Really, fastball really jumps on you as a hitter. Line foul in the first base line.
Sold the hitter who came in to pitch here late in this game, come in for Dehaney, a kid who really did a nice job, but you could see in the end he was starting to
the score
wear
might not
down.
show, but he did throw a pretty decent game here.
And you talk about what Sterling was able to do. I think the least of what Sterling was able to do, and you can't discount it, was them found off pitches, making Dehaney throw more pitches in key situations. That's one of the things that led to him being fatigued here and them basically getting the runs on the board to put themselves ahead and blow the game wide open. After starting off good to Soul, he loses them there. Soul gets on base here.
Go right where you want to be.
So they're going to use a pinch hitter here. Looks like number 12, Zach Reddy. This kid has great hair. It's just flowing out of
Going
that
out of
helmet.
that helmet, yep. Got the surfer look, right?
Oh, yeah. Interesting decision here. Pinch hitting the lefty to face the lefty.
Yeah. This is where you probably don't have too much on your
Yeah.
on your bench. Not exactly sure what the thinking.
Turns on it.
Although the
It's one in
decision's
the hole
working
between
out.
first and second. Monzo picks it up. Throws a strike to the cutoff man.
And I think you're probably in a situation where, this is a season where it hasn't gone as well as you would have liked. And the game like this being down late finally, if it was a tighter game, you might not have done that, but you're going to get kids into the game, get them at bats, and then he comes through with a hit. So Dehaney, a nice day on the mound. Going to come up short and allowing Sterling to get to him there in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Comes to the plate as a cleanup hitter. Nice breaking ball for a strike there by Connor Walsh.
Another good one. A little bit low. They're going to re-enter the kid that just got pinch hit for to run for him. Probably has a little bit more speed.
1-1 to count.
Mr. Matola still yelling from the sidelines. Best fan we have.
Yeah, got the inside call right there.
Fouled on the right field line.
Good live fastball. Dehaney just got his bat on it, and yeah, that's a fastball. It really has a hop on it. Had some life to it. One and two.
Looks like a changeup.
Not a
Waste
bad
one.
Not a bad pitch at all. To waste one, thinking he might flail away at it.
Misses in again.
Count full here to Dehaney. Runners on first and second.
Go, roll two.
Gets him low and in. Jam shot to right. Ball's caught by Anthony Monzo in right field.
Good job of Monzo coming into this game, coming up and catching. Not an easy ball coming up like that, right at the shoestrings, making the catch. And getting a big out right there.
Two
So
outs.
Gateway down to their last out here.
Bring up my man, Dan Offenbacher. Oh, jeez.
Allowing Zach Ford to say that name one more time. I mean,
Dan Offenbacher.
the baseball gods allowed
Best
him to
name
get
in
up
the Colonial
again.
Conference. Good first pitch curveball in the dirt. Got him
and-
chasing.
and keeping it down. And that's a couple times we see him start off the hitters with that breaking ball, either
Yep, working
low,
backwards.
low and away, or a couple times you start off with the breaking ball for a strike, and you exactly what you said, working backwards, and then having him be behind the fastball with the change of speeds later on.
Another one. Good pitch. Working ahead here.
What do you think? Fastball away right now?
I would go fastball up out of the zone. Try to chase him.
Up
Try to
and
get him
away?
chasing. Got two
Yeah.
low curveballs in. Got on the chase. Bust him high. Out of the zone. Right above the letters. Got him chasing here. Oh, went right back to the curve.
Same thing.
High fastball. High fastball.
Of course, we're not
That'll-
privy to the scouting report,
Yeah.
so that
But that'll change his
that's our
whole
excuse.
His whole vision is going to change. He's looking at balls go low and in. You see a ball above his hands. He's probably going to chase it.
Yeah, and of course you might
Or
have
freeze 'em.
with Connor that the fastball that might tail away a little bit. There he goes right back with it, and
that's
Smith
the game.
tags him out, and that does it. What a job by Sterling. I mean, one of those games where they just gutted it out. You had a scrappy Gateway team. Dehaney really for about 6 innings did a nice job on the mound, keeping his team in the game, then kind of wore down. But give credit to Sterling, staying with it, playing small ball, getting the runs across, and blowing this game open in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Yep, wasn't pretty, but win's a win.
Okay, so as we look at the players exchange handshakes there, Sterling comes away with a big win, and we'll be back with the post-game show in just a bit.
Welcome back. This is Zach Ford. I'm here with the two players of the game, Justin Ford and Chris Mazzone. First, I'm going to ask Justin some questions. First of all, Justin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you came in at a tough 3-3 game. Came in. What was the secret? What you work on?
Just getting ahead. First pitch strikes. Once you get first pitch strikes, it's easy to work from there. Work your off speed. Just throw strikes all game.
You told me you worked on some of your delivery, changed stuff up in the stretch. What were those things you really tried to work on?
I went down to JV and just worked on my glove placement, coming set, where I come set at, going slower in my wind up, trying to throw strikes from there, and it just works better for me. Throw some more strikes.
You got 2 or 3 balls back to you. You threw them like a girl. How do you explain them throws at first?
A little tight from pitching, trying to take it easy, a little nerves, just trying to get it over there, get the outs.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, here we go. Back to Mr. Schulz. We're going to interview Chris Mazzone.
A little bit of soft toss in there going awry, completely accidental. I mean, it wasn't on purpose at all. And I'll tell you, what a big gutsy win for you guys, because this is a Gateway team that really wasn't going away. What was the feel in the dugout?
It was an eerie feeling. We had a similar game like this against Collingswood and it got out of hand real fast. But we managed to stay in it and get a lead and stay ahead the whole game.
And the bottom of the 6 was the key part, and you came up probably with what we felt was the biggest at bat of the game to get things going and start to break things up. What was your approach up there? Were you trying to hit the ball to the right side?
Yeah, Donovan on second base with 1 out. My goal was to just get him in, get him over, get him in. I was trying to hit the ball to the right side, perfectly ball in the gap, score him. But once the ball was past ball and he moved to third, my next thing was get a ball to the right side or get a ball deep in the outfield to score him.
Yeah, and talk about Dehenny. I mean, he's a kid. He just seemed like he battled out there, and we felt like he got a little fatigued there towards the end. What was he doing that was making it tough for you guys throughout this game? Especially, well, I'll say after that first inning, you got the 3 runs, then kind of settled down and really got through you guys some fits.
He was definitely hitting his spots better, and his off speed was pretty good. His curveball wasn't bad at all. We just had some struggle. We had a struggle. That's all.
See, if you guys were nicer to him when he was being interviewed, you wouldn't have to put up with this behind you here. But I'll tell you what, you look at what your team's able to do, and we talked last night where we felt like this is a team that right now is just doing what it has to do to win games. Are you getting that feel as you guys get towards the playoffs?
Yeah, later and later in the season, we're starting to get things are clicking with us. We're just all doing what we need to do, getting our jobs done, hitting the ball, pitching the ball, doing the simple things to win games.
Chris, thanks for coming on with us. Great job, great at bat there towards the end to get that run across. Thanks for coming on. So that'll do it. Again, another great job by the Tech crew. Big win for Sterling here, coming up in a game where you think it might be a trap game with Gateway, a team that just stuck around. Big bottom of the 6th inning with Chris Mazzone over there throwing the ball against the fence. For everybody.